There's a charge sheet against Senthil Balaji. This is an investigation which is being conducted by the Enforcement Directorate. The evidence has been gathered, and of course, whenever you file a charge sheet, you have to put all the evidence there together. From the charge sheet, I'm quoting certain portions. It is evident that the accused committed the offence of money laundering. That's what this charge sheet reiterates. What exactly is there in that charge sheet, and are there actually financial trails that have been established? What is the prime evidence on which the agency is really relying when they are probing this entire matter? I'll try and connect with my colleagues and get more details on this entire story. Senthil Balaji, the DMK Neta against whom there's an ED charge sheet that has been filed. He was accused of money laundering. Against him, I believe there was also a Supreme Court order in this entire matter. The Enforcement Directorate, upon the orders of the Supreme Court, had taken on this entire investigation. And after that, there was a huge drama that unfolded when ED moved in. He had secured a bail, then he was admitted to a hospital as well. And now, under the time that was given to the Enforcement Directorate by the Supreme Court, that in a time-bound manner, this entire inquiry should happen, that's what has happened so far. The Enforcement Directorate filing a charge sheet. Purnima, give us the details of this case and if you have the contents of the charge sheet. Purnima, can you hear me? Am I audible to you? We'll just try and connect with Purnima and get more details on this entire story. There seems to be a problem with her line, but as far as this entire story is concerned, the charge sheet by Enforcement Directorate against the DMK Neta has been filed. As I said, there was a time-bound inquiry that had to happen in this matter. He's been accused of committing serious offences. This was during his tenure as a particular minister, and that time he was not even a part of the DMK. He was part of the AIADMK-led government. During that time, there were certain allegations that were put on him. The Enforcement Directorate had also filed a charge sheet earlier, but the local court had given him relief. Now, let me try and get more details from Purnima on this ED charge sheet against Senthil Balaji. Through modus operandi, the ED charge sheet goes on to say, Purnima, that Senthil Balaji, being a public servant, misused his official capacity. What else does this charge sheet really tell us?
Well, the gist of the ED charge sheet against DMK Minister Senthil Balaji is that from the investigation that the ED has conducted and the evidence that they have gathered so far based on the custody that the department had obtained, the Enforcement Directorate in its charge sheet said that it is evidence that Senthil Balaji has committed the offence of money laundering, quote unquote. This is what they said that they have investigated and based on evidence, and also said that Senthil Balaji, and they've also said that they found incriminating documents through email communication between, reportedly between the minister and his PAs. All those were found, and evidence have been gathered based on the communications, and also certain documents, including some Excel sheets that they reportedly has indicated that in fact there was money laundering in connection with the cash for job scam. That's the conclusion. So the ED charge sheet had also filed and also explained the modus operandi through which the entire scam unearthed.
Purnima, all hell had broken loose when ED took action against Senthil Balaji. There was a huge political storm that was created, multiple questions that were asked. I remember he was admitted to a district hospital. A judge had to go and visit him in the hospital. A habeas corpus petition was filed, I believe, by his wife. It was said that the Enforcement Directorate is misusing its authority. Just very briefly, a timeline of the case and what the Supreme Court intervention did in this entire investigation.
Well, it all began when the Supreme Court had in fact directed that a fresh probe be conducted by ED in connection with the cash for job scam that took place in 2014, where certain candidates had reported that they were duped by the minister and his PAs to pay bribe in return for a government job, and therefore some of those candidates who claimed that they were duped had moved to the court. Since then, the court case followed, and the Supreme Court, in fact, directed ED to conduct a fresh probe in this case. And the ED began its investigation in July, and 18 hours later, Senthil Balaji was arrested when he had complained of chest pain and was rushed to the government hospital. The DMK so far has maintained that it's all politically motivated, and had also accused the central government for the same.